Welcome to the series of lecture on finite element analysis. In this part, we are going to solve some simple problems using the shape functions we derived in the last part for the two-dimensional linear triangular element. In the last part, we have seen that when to choose the two-dimensional finite element for solving the engineering problem. The best example for the two-dimensional problem is the biaxial stress plate. In any body, the field variable is changing in two different direction, then we have to use the two-dimensional finite element to solve the problem. In case of two-dimensional element, we are discussing first the triangular element, and for this triangular element we derived the shape functions in the last part. We are assuming 1 degree of freedom at each node of this triangular element, like this: pi 1, pi 2, pi 3. So total degree of freedom will be equal to 3. That is why we are getting the 3 shape function n1, n2, n3 like this, where n1 is equal to alpha 1 plus beta 1 x plus gamma 1 y divided by 2a. n2 is alpha 2 plus beta 2 x plus gamma 2 y divided by 2a. n3 is equal to alpha 3 plus beta 3x plus gamma 3y divided by 2a. Now, how to determine this alpha, beta, gamma value? For that we have general expression, and once you know these coordinates of each node, xy coordinates, based on this xy coordinates we are able to find the alpha, beta, gamma value and 2a value. Then we can get the n1, n2, n3. Once you know these shape functions, by using this shape function in this interpolation function, we are able to find the value of the field variable within the element, within the triangular element. For some engineering applications, we can use this triangular element with 1 degree of freedom at each node. That means scalar variables which will not change its magnitude with respect to the direction. The temperature, pressure, all are scalar variables which are not changing its value with respect to the direction. So we can solve that type of problem by using this interpolation function, where the field variable is not changing with respect to the direction. So at that particular node we have only one value of the temperature or pressure. For this type of application we can use this interpolation function. Now we will solve some simple examples how to determine the temperature or pressure inside a triangular element. This element is called a two-dimensional linear triangular element or three-noded linear triangular element. Because for defining this field variable we used a bilinear polynomial trial function, that is why it is called a linear triangular element. Let us see some simple example problems. First problem: derive the shape functions for a three-noded triangular element as shown in figure. So this derivation already we have seen in the last part. Using the same, determine the temperature at the point P, which is located at a 4, 3, x equal to 4, y equal to 3. Given that the temperature at node 1, 2, 3, nodal temperatures are given 75 degree, 90 degree and 60 degree. So this is the representation of the triangular element. Here in the horizontal plane, xy plane, we are marking the coordinates. So this is node 1, 2, 2, node 2, 7, 4, node 3 is 3, 6. No unit is mentioned, then we can leave it. Suppose they will mention the mm or centimeter, we have to use that unit for solving the problem. Now in the vertical plane, the nodal parameters are defined. At node 1, we have nodal temperature of 75 degrees Celsius. Node 2, nodal temperature is 90 degrees Celsius. Node 3, we have temperature 60 degrees Celsius. Using these nodal coordinates and nodal parameter, we are able to find the temperature at this given point P, which has coordinates as 4, 3. Very simple problem. Let us go through the procedure. The first step, we are writing the given data. So nodal coordinates and nodal temperatures are written like this: node number, nodal coordinates and nodal temperature. Node 1 x1 y1 is equal to 2, 2. No unit is mentioned in the problem, so we are writing 2, 2. Nodal parameter is 75 degree Celsius. That is a nodal temperature. Node 2 x2 y2 7, 4. Nodal temperature is 90 degrees Celsius. Node 3 x3 y3 3, 6. Nodal temperature is 60. These are the given data. For finding this temperature inside the element, first we have to know what is N1, N2, N3. What is N1, N2, N3 shape functions. So to find N1, N2, N3, we need a alpha, beta, gamma and 2a. So first we will find this alpha, beta, gamma and 2a terms, right? Now what is alpha term? General expression is like this. So for easy remembrance, you are using the IJK notations. Alpha I is equal to xjyk minus, in the second term we are interchanging the suffix xk and yj. So this ijk, order of this ijk or sequence of this ijk should be maintained in all the terms. Now let us see alpha 1. How to write alpha 1? We are starting with 1. So next number is 2 and 3. x2, y3. Then minus of, we have to interchange this suffix x3, y2. Now substitute the corresponding values. x2 is 7, y3 is 6, x3 3, y2 4, like that. So substituting the corresponding value will give you the alpha 1. Alpha 1 we are getting it as 13. Similarly, how to write the alpha 2? We are starting with 2. So in that order, next number is 3. So x3, next is again we will get 1. So that 1, 2, 3 order should be maintained. Alpha 2 is equal to x3, y1. Then we are interchanging the suffix x1, y3. Then substitute all the values of xy. We are getting alpha 2 as minus 6. Similarly, write alpha 3 starting with 3. So next is 1. We have to write x1, next y2. Then interchange the suffix x2, y1. Substituting these values, we are getting alpha 3 is equal to minus 6. So if you remember this equation for alpha I, we can find out the alpha values easily. Coming to the beta, gamma values. What is the expression for beta I? Beta I is yj minus yk. You see ijk order, yj minus yk. So now what is beta 1? We are writing for 1. So y2 minus y3. That order we have to maintain. Substituting the value, we are getting beta 1 is equal to minus 2. How to write beta 2? We are starting with 2. So it should be 3 and 1. So y3 minus y1 value you are getting as 4. Then how to write beta 3? For 3 you have to start with 1 and 2. So y1 minus y2. The value is coming as minus 2. Now coming to gamma I. So what is the expression for gamma I? Here we have to remember there is a minus sign. To maintain this order of ijk, we are introducing this minus sign here. In the derivation itself, we have seen this. Gamma I is equal to minus of xj minus xk. So the same ijk order we are maintaining. When you write gamma 1, we have to write minus of x2 minus x3. 1, 2, 3 order. So when you substitute the values of x2, x3, we are getting gamma 1 is equal to minus 4. Gamma 2, how to write gamma 2? Next to the 2 we have 3 and next 1. So minus of x3 minus x1. Substituting the value, we are getting gamma 2 as minus 1. Gamma 3, we are writing for 3. So next one is 1 and 2. Minus of x1 minus x2. Substitute the values. We are getting gamma 3 is equal to 5. Now we have found out the alpha, beta, gamma value. Next we have to find the 2a. What is 2a? 2a is nothing but the determinant of the coordinate matrix. Coordinate matrix is 1 x1 y1, 1 x2 y2, 1 x3 y3. Now write down these coordinate x1 y1, x2 y2, x3 y3. Find the determinant of this 3 by 3 matrix, right? Then you will get the 2a. So you have to open this determinant like this 1, then this minor. So for 1, this is the minor matrix, 7 into 6 minus 4 into 3. Similarly, we will take this one minus 1 of, then for this we have to take this minor. So 12 minus 6, then plus 1, we are considering this one, then 8 minus 14. So the 2a value is coming as 18. Suppose if the units are given for coordinates, you will get either mm square or centimeter square for this 2a value. Here no units we are mentioning because no units given in the question. After knowing these values alpha, beta, gamma and 2a, now we can establish the shape function. So evaluation of n1, n2, n3. Now what is expression for n1? n1 is equal to 1 by 2a alpha 1 plus beta 1 x plus gamma 1 y. 2a is 18, alpha 1 is 30, beta 1 is minus 2, gamma 1 is minus 4. Similarly, write n2. n2 is 1 by 2a alpha 2 plus beta 2x plus gamma 2y. Then 2a 18, alpha 2 minus 6, beta 2 4, gamma 2 minus 1. We are getting n2 like this. Then n3. n3 is 1 by 2a alpha 3 plus beta 3x plus gamma 3y. Now 2a 18, alpha 3 is minus 6, beta 3 minus 2, gamma 3 5. So we are getting this n3 like this, 1 by 18 minus 6 minus 2x plus 5y. Before proceeding the problem, we have to use the property of the shape function. Sum of the shape functions will be always equal to 1, sigma ni equal to 1. So we have to check that when you add n1 plus n2 plus n3, you check this one. First y coefficient minus 4 minus 1, so minus 5y, here plus 5y, that will cancel each other. Minus 2 for x coefficient, minus 2 plus 4, so plus 2 and minus 2 will cancel. Then constant 30 minus 6 is 24, then minus 6 18, 18 by 18 we will get 1. So the condition is satisfied. We can proceed to the next step. So in the next step we are using this n1, n2, n3 evaluated to find the value of the temperature, right? Pi of 4 comma 3. So the pi 1, pi 2, pi 3, the nodal temperatures are given in the question. Substitute that value and x equal to 4, y equal to 3, that is the point P. So this is given point. So we will write 1 by 18 common, we are taking outside the bracket. First we are writing this one n1 multiplied by this pi 1. Then this is L2 multiplied by pi 2. This is n3 multiplied by pi 3. Inside this n1, n2, n3, we are substituting x equal to 4, y equal to 3. X equal to 4, y equal to 3 like this. When you simplify this one, we are getting the temperature of the point 4 comma 3 as 80 degrees Celsius. How to verify this temperature? This temperature should be within this temperature range given. What is the pi 1? Pi 1 is 75 degree, pi 2 is 90 degree, pi 3 is 60. So the minimum is 60, maximum is 90. So our calculated value should be in between this 60 to 90. We are getting it as 80. Like that we can verify our answer. So this is one simple example how to determine the value of the field variable inside a triangular element, provided if you know the nodal coordinates and the nodal temperature are nodal parameters, right? So this is one simple example how to use the shape function. Now we will take up the one more example. Example 2. For a three-noded linear triangular element shown in figure, determine the isotherm line corresponding to the temperature 46 degrees Celsius, given that the temperature at node 1, 2, 3 are 40 degree, 52 degrees, 44 degrees Celsius respectively. So this is the element nodal coordinates are specified in this diagram. Nodal temperatures are specified in this statement. What they are asking is determine the isotherm line. So what is meant by isotherm line? First we have to discuss. Then we will see how to find this isotherm line for this particular triangular element. Now what is isotherm line? In this given element, the node 1 nodal temperature is 40 degree, node 2 we have 52 degrees, node 3 we have 44 degree. The isotherm line for 46 degree is asked along the edge or side 1 to 2 there may be a point with the temperature of 46 degree, because along this side 1 2 the temperature is varying from 40 to 52. Okay, so there may be a point along this side which is having 46 degrees Celsius. Similarly, when you take a 2 3 side, along the 2 3 side the temperature is changing from 44 degrees to 52. So here also we can find a point at which the temperature will be equal to 46 degrees Celsius. But coming to this one, edge 1 3 or side 1 3, temperature is changing from 40 to 44. So here we cannot get any 46 degrees Celsius point. So we have only 2 points. Let us say in the side 1 2 the point is A, in the side 2 3 the point is B. If you join this point A and B through straight line, then this line is called isotherm line. That is, along this line the temperature will be constant. So the constant temperature line or equal temperature line is called isothermal line. We have to find this line for this given triangular element. How to find this one? So here we are going to find the just coordinates of the point A and point B. If you find this coordinate, then you can easily find the isotherm line. So this is not related with the FEA. This simple mathematics. We are going to find this one. Line AB we are going to trace. How to find this line AB? Just by finding the coordinates of point A, coordinates of point B we are going to do. So that joining the AB will give you the isothermal line. First we will see evaluation of the coordinates of point A, XA, YA. Point A is lying on the line 1 2, right? This is the line 1 2. We have the coordinate, nodal coordinate for node 1 is 5 comma 1, node 2 is 8 comma 6 nodal coordinates. Then nodal temperature here 40 degrees Celsius, node 1, node 2 we have 52 degrees Celsius. In between node 1 and 2 we have a point A in which the temperature is 46 degrees Celsius. Now how to find XA, YA? First we will take XA. To find XA, we know that this is a linear triangular element. That means when you say along the line 1 2 the temperature is varying from 40 to 52 degrees, but this variation is linear variation. Why? Because it is a linear element. We consider bilinear polynomial to define the element. So for a linear element, the variation of the temperature along this side 1 2 is varying linearly. So we are going to use that linear relationship to find the coordinates of point A, XA, YA. Now you see, when you take a point A, we are taking A coordinates of point A minus this one, point 1, divided by coordinate of this 2 divided by this point 1. That means we are taking this variation in the x coordinate for these 2 points divided by variation of the coordinate distance for these 2 points. This relationship will be satisfied for this linear element. So this is called a linear relationship. We are using that linear relationship to determine the unknown coordinate xa. Now xa minus x1 divided by x2 minus x1, this is the ratio we are writing in the left hand side. Now we are assuming that the same ratio the nodal parameter also will maintain because it is a linear element. We are writing pi a, and x for x1 we are writing pi 1. Then in the denominator we have pi 2 minus pi 1. How we are writing this one? We are assuming that the field variable is varying linearly along the line 1 2. That is why we are getting this linear relationship. Now xa is unknown. We know x1 value and x2 value. We are substituting that known coordinate value, and pi a is known because we know the temperature of this isotherm line, that is 46. Then nodal temperature pi 1 and pi 2 is known, so we are using 40, 52, everything. From this equation we are getting xa value is equal to 6.5. X coordinate of the point A is 6.5. We can verify our answer also because xa is coordinate of point A which is lying in between 1 and 2. So the coordinate of A will be in between the x1 and the x2. So x1 is 5, x2 is 8. So we are getting in between 6.5. Like that we can check our answer also. Similarly, we have to do for y coordinate. So same linear relationship we are going to maintain here. Ya minus y1 divided by y2 minus y1. In the right hand side same. Pi a minus pi 1 divided by pi 2 minus pi 1. Now substitute the known coordinates value, known nodal parameter value. We will get ya value is equal to 3.5. Then checking y1 value is 1. y2 is 6. In between we are getting this ya value. We have found out the coordinates of point A. Similarly, we have to find the coordinates for the point B. Coordinates of point B, xb, yb, which is lying on the side or line 2 3. So now we are going to consider this line 2 3. Again the same relationship, you take first xb minus x3 divided by x2 minus x3. You can write this xb minus x2 divided by x3 minus x2. That also will give same answer. So either way we can use it. xb minus x3 divided by x2 minus x3. We are taking this node first. Otherwise we can write like this: xb minus x2 divided by x3 minus x2. Right? That also will give same answer. Now we are writing pi b minus pi 3 divided by pi 2 minus pi 3. Substitute the nodal coordinate and the nodal parameter. We are getting xb value is equal to 5. So checking also we can do. This xb value should be in between the x3 and the x2 value. That is also satisfied. Find the yb value. So yb minus y3 divided by y2 minus y3. Here pi b minus pi 3, pi 2 minus pi 3. Substitute the known coordinate value and the known parameter value. We are getting yb is equal to 4.5. Then we can check this answer also. This yb value should be in between 3 and 2. Coordinates of 3 and 2. That is also satisfied. How to show the isotherm line? This is the isotherm line. The triangular element 1 2 3. Here we are marking the point A at which the temperature is 46 degree. The coordinates are 6.5 and 3.5 evaluated. And for point B we evaluated 5 and 4.5 as the coordinates. So this is called isotherm line. We are finding it. So this is another type of problem possible. Now we will take up one more example, contains both the type 1 and type 2 problems. Let us see quickly. So this example problem 3, calculate the value of pressure at the point A 2, 1.5, which is inside a 3-noded triangular element. The nodal values are pi 1 40 megapascal, pi 2 34 megapascal, pi 3 46 megapascal. That means we are considering the pressure. The earlier example we considered temperature, scalar variable. Now we are considering the pressure as the scalar variable. Assume when we use temperature and pressure, we can define this temperature and pressure by using only 1 degree of freedom at each node. That is what it is called a scalar variable or single variable problem. Assume the pressure is varying linearly in the element. So that is understood. Also determine the location of 42 megapascal contour line. So what is contour line? Similar to isotherm line. Here it is constant pressure line. So that also we have to find out. For the first part, we have to find the pressure at a point A, which is inside this element. So the point A is here. Coordinates are given 2, 1.5. For that, first we have to write down the given nodal coordinates and nodal parameter. Then we have to find the alpha, beta, gamma 2A. Then we have to establish N1, N2, N3. After that, we have to find the pressure at a given point. Then we have to use the procedure what we followed for isotherm line. Same procedure to be followed for constant pressure line, that is contour line. So we will see the procedure. First we are writing the given data, nodal coordinates and nodal pressures. Node 1 we have x1, y1 0, 0 because it is starting from origin. The node 1 is at origin. Pressure at node 1 is 40 megapascal. Node 2 x2, y2 4, 0.5. Then pressure at node 2 is 34 megapascal. Node 3 x3, y3 2, 5 and pressure is 46 megapascal. So these are the given data. Now using this we can find the alpha, beta, gamma 2A first. Evaluation of alpha, beta, gamma and 2A. Like a previous example, we have to use this general expression alpha is equal to xjyk minus xkyj. So when you write alpha 1, it is x2 y3 minus x3 y2. Substitute the coordinates values. We are getting alpha 1 is equal to 19. Then how to write the alpha 2? Alpha 2, so we have to start with 3. x3 y1 minus x1 y3. Substituting this value, we are getting alpha 2 is equal to 0. Why we are getting 0? Because one node is located at origin. That is why this 0 term is coming. And alpha 3, for 3 we have to write with 1 and 2. x1 y2 minus x2 y1. Then substituting this value, we are getting alpha 3 also 0. Now coming to beta and gamma values. So the expression for beta I is equal to yj minus yk. So beta 1 is y2 minus y3, which is coming as minus 4.5. Beta 2 is y3 minus y1, so which is equal to 5. Beta 3 is equal to y1 minus y2. We have to remember that ijk order 1 to 3 order we are maintaining. So beta 3 is minus 0.5. In gamma we have one extra minus sign that we have to understand. So gamma is equal to minus of xj minus xk. So when you write gamma 1 minus of x2 minus x3, which is equal to gamma 1 is minus 2 we are getting. Gamma 2 is minus of x3 minus x1. Here we are getting it is minus 2. Gamma 3 is minus of x1 minus x2, which is coming as 4. gamma 3 is 4. Then we have to find the 2a value. So 2a is nothing but determinant of the coordinate matrix 1 x1 y1, 1 x2 y2, 1 x3 y3. So here 1 0 0, 1 4, 0 0.5, 1 2 5. So here we have 0. So you can easily find this one. This is coming around 5 into 4 20 minus 1, so 19. So it will be 19 for 2a value. So after knowing this alpha, beta, gamma and 2a, we have to establish this shape function n1, n2, n3 like this. n1 is equal to 1 by 2a alpha 1 plus beta 1 x plus gamma 1 y. 2a is 19, so 1 by 19, alpha 1 19, beta 1 minus 4.5, gamma 1 is minus 2. Now n2 1 by 2a alpha 2 plus beta 2x plus gamma 2y. So now 2a 19, alpha 2 0, beta 2 5, gamma 2 minus 2. Then n3 1 by 2a alpha 3 plus beta 3x plus gamma 3y. So 2a is 19, alpha 3 0, beta 3 minus 0.5, gamma 3 is 4. Now we have found out this n1, n2, n3. We can apply this property for checking purpose. Sum of the three shape function will be equal to 1. When you add this one, first you take the coefficient of y, minus 2, here minus 2, minus 4, here plus 4. So it will be cancelled. Then here x coefficient minus 4.5 plus 5. So you will get a 0.5. So minus 0.5, then it will be cancelled. Then constant 19 0 0. So 19 by 19 will get 1. So this condition is also satisfied. So we can use this shape function for next step. So evaluation of the pressure at point 2 comma 1.5. So this is the expression y of x comma y is equal to n1 pi 1, n2 pi 2, n3 pi 3. Now use x equal to 2, y equal to 1.5. So this 1.19 is taken common. This is n1 multiplied by this pi 1, n2 pi 2, n3 pi 3. Now substituting xy value as 2 and 1.5. Finally we are getting the pressure at this point 2 comma 1.5 as 39.4 megapascal. Here also we can verify the answer in between this the minimum and the maximum value. What is the minimum value here? 34 megapascal. Maximum value is 46. So in between only we are getting 39.4. So our calculation is correct. Now we will go to the second part. Contour line for 42 megapascal. The same procedure we have to follow. 42 megapascal along the line 1 2, pressure is varying from 34 to 40. So we don't get any point here for 42 megapascal. Along line 1 3 we have a point A at which the pressure is 42 because pressure is varying from 40 to 46. So you may get one point A here. Similarly, line 2 3 the pressure is varying from 34 to 46. So here we can get a point B. Joining this AB will give you the contour line for 42 megapascal. Now we have to find the coordinates of A, XA, YA, coordinates of B, XB, YB. Now evaluation of the coordinates of A. First we are considering the line 1 3 and which we have the point A here. So now we are going to find the XA, YA. So for that first we will take XA minus x1 divided by x3 minus x1. In the right hand side we will get pi a minus pi 1 divided by pi 3 minus pi 1. Substituting the coordinates value and the nodal parameter value, we are getting XA is equal to 0.667. So we can do checking also. This XA value should be in between x1 x3. x1 is 0, x3 is 2. So we are getting correctly. And to find YA we have to write YA minus y1, we are taking YA minus y1 divided by y3 minus y1. Same ratio we have to maintain here also. Phi a minus phi 1, phi 3 minus phi 1. Substitute the coordinates value and the parameter value. We are getting ya value is equal to 1.667, which is in between 0 to 5. So this value is also correct. For taking this relationship, either you can use xa minus x1 or xa minus x3. So in that case, xa minus x3 divided by x1 minus x3. That change we have to make. Now, evaluation of the point B, xb, yb. So B point is lying on this line 2, 3. So this is B. So when you find the coordinate xb, xb minus x2 divided by x3 minus x2, we are writing like this. Then pi b minus pi 2 divided by pi b minus pi 2. Substitute the coordinates value and the nodal parameter value. We will get xb is equal to 2.67, which is in between 4 to 2. So that is also correct. Then to find yb, again we are writing yb minus y2 divided by y3 minus y2. In the right hand side, pi b minus pi 2 divided by pi 3 minus pi 2. Then substitute the nodal coordinates and the nodal parameter value. We are getting yb value is equal to 3.5. So which is in between y2 and y3. So we are getting all the coordinates value. Now we can write the result for contour line. This is the triangular element shown. So along the line 1, 3 we have point A, which has coordinates 0.667 is taken as 0.67, 1.667 is written as 1.67, and along line 2, 3 we have point B, which has coordinate as 2.67 and 3.5. So this is the contour line AB for pressure of 42 megapascal. We have solved some simple scalar variable problems by using the shape functions of linear triangular element. In the next part, we will see how to use this triangular element to solve the vector variable problem. Thank you for your passion listening.